I always felt like Mike Tyson would have trouble with the taller fighters. He always did. I felt bad for him when I had to stop the last fight against Kevin McBride.
Mike Tyson was a carcass. So you refereed Mike Tyson when he fought McBride on his last fight.
Right.
Now, Mike Tyson was a carcass, absolute carcass of himself at this point in his career. So surely you must have realized that. Surely this must be almost a bit upsetting to you because you refereed Mike Tyson in his glory days. So from the man himself, what was it like?
You know, I met Mike Tyson when he was 13 years old. He told me one day that he came up to me when he was 13 years of age, and I gave him a couple of good pointers back in New York about doing the right things in life. If you like boxing, stick with it, do it the right way, stay in shape, and whatnot. Mike got in some trouble, and then Culture Battle took him in as his like a father figure.
Yeah.
You know, Mike Tyson, a hell of a good guy, and I felt bad for him when I had to stop the last fight against Kevin McBride. Now, Kevin McBride, every time he sees me, you know, he said, "Joe, you're the best referee in the world." I said, Kevin, listen, you did a hell of a fight. That was a good fight you did with Mike Tyson. You know, and you know, Mike Tyson tried everything he could in that fight against Kevin McBride. Kevin McBride much taller, and I knew that I always felt like Mike Tyson would have trouble with the taller fighters. He always did. With most of them, he put away, but he had troubles with Lennox Lewis. He had trouble with James Quick Tillers. Mike Tyson was knocking everybody out up until when I refereed him against James Quick Tillers. I felt that James Quick Tillers took him the distance. That was the first time that Mike Tyson had to go the distance, 10 rounds. And I said to myself, "Wow, Mike Tyson having trouble with a big, tall fighter, had the long reach and a good movement from the outside." And that's when Buster Douglas stopped him in Tokyo. And I said, you know, I always said to myself, I always knew that Mike Tyson was going to have problems with a big, taller fighter. And that happened with him with Buster Douglas, even though Mike Tyson would admit later on that he wasn't training properly for that fighter, Buster Douglas. Mike was really not doing the right things, getting ready for that particular fight, especially when he got there to Japan. And he took Buster Douglas too light, and Buster Douglas took him to school that night. And they did. And then it just went on that I refereed Mike Tyson on 8 occasions. And to this day, Mike, every time he sees me, he always hugs me. He always hugs me and kisses me.
Yeah, I've seen it at the Hall of Fame, Joe, and he's kissing your head.
Yeah. And they know that I was always there to protect them. And I always meant, well, he might have been the baddest man on this planet, but my job was to enforce the rules, even though I took 2 points from Mike Tyson that night when he fought Kevin McBride, when he intentionally headbutted Kevin McBride and cut him. You know, I called time. I grabbed back by the wrist, and I took him to all three. I pulled him by the wrist to all three judges. Headbutt, 2 points, not 1 point. I took 2 points from Mike Tyson. And people say, Mike Tyson and Joe is very close with Mike Tyson. I don't care. I don't care how close I'm with Mike Tyson. I'm not close with no fighters. When it comes to me in that ring, I do my job. If I was close with Mike Tyson, I would have not taken 2 points. I took 2 points from Mike Tyson. I love the guy. He's a good fighter, good man. And to this day, he never calls me Joe. He always calls me Mr. Cortez because he respects me. And Mike is a good man. If you get to know Mike Tyson the way I know him, Mike got a heart of gold. He loves children. He loves to be around people. He loves being around seniors. He loves seniors and he loves kids. But with kids, I see Mike Tyson on the floor, playing with kids on the floor, you know, in his house. I saw videos of him play. I saw a video of him play with the kids on the floor. He just loves to be around children. And one day he told me, he said, Joe, I love children. Seniors, older people, the adults, I can't trust them, but kids, they're so innocent.
Yeah.
He loves them, aren't they? He's got a heart of gold, and I like that about Mike Tyson. Lennox Lewis, another good guy. Lennox Lewis got a heart of gold. He's just a good man, you know, good. And I remember referee Joe Calzaghe. Oh my God, Joe Calzaghe. I refereed him against
Bernard Hopkins, was it?
Yeah, Bernard Hopkins was the last fight. But he also, when he won the first championship against, I forgot the fight.
Eubank?
Eubank, yeah. When he won the first championship.
You're testing me boxing knowledge here, Joe, mate. Woo.
Yeah, I was a referee for that fight when he won his first championship So I did when he won his first championship, and then I refereed when he had his last championship fight against Bernard Hopkins, you know. And I wasn't taking sides with nobody. I was doing my job, and it was just a great fight. What a good man. I mean, so many good people in boxing, I tell you. Jeff Fennick, another great guy that I refereed.
Oh, love that bloke. He's coming on the show next week, you know.
Oh, what a good guy. You know, he was training on Mike Tyson that time when he fought Kevin McBride. Yep. He was Mike Tyson's trainer. And I refereed him against Super Nelson here in Las Vegas. Jesus Palace Outdoors. It was a great fight. And that was my first fight as a referee in Las Vegas, you know, for the championship fight. What a good guy. What a heart of gold he has, too, you know. Just like Kazuzu, another guy. Oh,
lovely. Man, I spoke to Jeff the other day. Listen to this. So I spoke to Jeff the other day, and because we've been speaking for a while. And if you haven't, make sure you check out, if you're on YouTube, make sure you check out the videos. We're talking about Jeff Fennick being locked in a cage with Mike Tyson's Tigers, and when he found Tyson off his head on drugs. People have seen these things. It's mad. We've not even seen these videos because we've only just got to YouTube. But check them out. It's mad.